In the music industry, there are two types of people: the faces on the album covers and the ghosts who actually make the music. I am a ghost. To the world and to my wife, I am Arthur, a freelance audio engineer who edits podcasts and mixes local radio commercials in our basement. I wear hoodies, I don't have social media, and I drive a Honda. My wife, Sienna, is an artist manager. That's a polite way of saying she hangs out in VIP sections, spends my money on bottle service, and tries to get record deals for talentless SoundCloud rappers. Sienna loves to remind me that I settled. "You could have been something, Artie," she'd say, rolling her eyes as I adjusted a fader on my mixing board. "But you have no ambition. You're happy fixing terrible audio for dog food commercials." I never corrected her. I never told her that under the pseudonym Vantablack, I have produced 3 Grammy-winning tracks. I never told her that the royalties from those songs go into a blind trust that pays for the house she lives in and the Range Rover she drives. I liked the privacy. I liked that the industry respected Vantablack as a myth, a recluse who only worked via encrypted emails. I thought Sienna loved me for me, the boring audio guy. But you can't mix a clean track when the source audio is corrupted. And Sienna was corrupted. Part 2. The hot mic. It happened on a Friday. Sienna told me she was hosting a listening party at a studio downtown for her new client, a guy named Chaos. Chaos was everything I hate about modern music: face tattoos, mumbled lyrics, and an ego the size of a stadium. He had been hanging around our house a lot lately, working on strategy with Sienna. "Don't wait up," she told me. "We might be late. We need to get the vibe right." She left, but she forgot something. Chaos had sent me a demo file earlier that day to clean up for the party. He wanted me to remove the background noise. I opened the file in Pro Tools. It was a vocal recording from his phone. But he hadn't just recorded the verse. He had left the recorder running after he finished rapping. I put on my $2,000 studio headphones. I turned up the gain. I heard Chaos's voice. "Yo, that beat is trash, but Arthur fixed the levels." Then I heard Sienna. "Don't worry about him, babe. He's useful for the technical stuff. Once we get you signed, I'm dumping him. He's such a loser. He literally sits in that basement all day making peanuts." "You sure he got money for the divorce?" Chaos asked. "He has savings," Sienna laughed. "I'll take half the house, half his retirement. Then we can get a real studio, a penthouse, no more basement vibes." Then the sound of kissing. Wet, sloppy, disrespectful kissing. "You're the king, baby," she whispered. "We just need that one hit. We need a Vantablack beat." "Nobody can get Vantablack," Chaos scoffed. "I'll get him," she said. "I'll beg if I have to. Once we get a hit, Arthur is history." I sat in my ergonomic chair, staring at the waveform of my wife cheating on me. They wanted a Vantablack beat. They wanted to use my secret alter ego to launch the career of the man destroying my marriage. I took a sip of lukewarm coffee. If they wanted a hit, I would give them a hit. But it wouldn't be the kind they expected. Part 3. The commission. The next day, I logged into the encrypted Vantablack email server. There it was. An email from Sienna's agency. Subject: Inquiry for Chaos, cash budget unlimited. Body: Dear Vantablack team, we represent the next big thing in hip-hop. We are looking for a signature sound. We are willing to pay whatever it takes. I typed a reply. From Vantablack Management. To Sienna. Subject: Re-inquiry. Vantablack is interested. He has a beat called The Guillotine. It is experimental. The price is $50,000. Upfront. Non-refundable. And he wants 50% of the publishing rights. But there is a condition. The song must be released exactly as is. No changes to the instrumental. Sienna didn't know she was negotiating with her husband, who was sitting 10 feet above her in the kitchen making a sandwich. She replied in 10 minutes. Deal. We will wire the money tomorrow. I knew where that money was coming from. Our joint savings account. She was stealing my own money to pay me for a beat to make her lover famous. The irony was delicious. Part 4. The Guillotine. I went to work. I crafted the beat. It was catchy, hypnotic, the kind of beat that goes viral on TikTok instantly. The bass was heavy. The melody was haunting. K-Oz would sound like a genius over it. But I added a Trojan horse. I embedded a specific sample into the background. It was a frequency-modulated vocal chop. To the naked ear, it just sounded like a cool synthesizer effect. Wub, wub, wub. But if you played it backwards, or if you isolated the frequency, it was a recording. Specifically, it was the recording of Sienna saying, "He's such a loser. I'll take half the house. You're the king, baby." I looped her betrayal into the rhythm of the song. Every time the bass kicked, Sienna was insulting me. I sent the file. They loved it. K-Oz recorded his vocals over it immediately. They titled the song King Status. Part 5. The Divorce Papers. 2 weeks before the song release, Sienna slapped a folder on the dining table. "Arthur, we need to talk." "What is this?" I asked, playing the sad, confused husband. "It's over," she said coldly. "I've outgrown you. K-Oz is blowing up. I'm going to be managing a global superstar. I need a partner who matches my ambition." "But I support you," I stammered. "Support isn't enough," she sneered. "I need power. Sign the papers. Uncontested divorce. I take the house, you take the car, and I want half the savings." "The savings are gone," I reminded her. "You spent $50,000 last week." "Business expense," she dismissed. "Just sign, Arthur. Don't make this ugly." I signed. I let her have the house. I let her think she won, because I knew that once the song dropped, the house wouldn't matter. The divorce was finalized in record time. She wanted to be single for the King Status launch party. Part 6. The launch party. The launch was at a massive club in Los Angeles. Everyone was there. Industry execs, influencers, press. Sienna was on stage, wearing a dress that cost more than my car. K-Oz was next to her, holding a microphone, looking like he owned the world. "We want to thank the legendary Vantablack for this beat," K-Oz shouted. "This is the song that changes the game." I was there. I bought a ticket. I stood in the back, wearing a baseball cap and my hoodie. The DJ dropped the track. The bass hit. The crowd went wild. It was a banger. Midway through the song, the music cut out. The giant screen behind the stage flickered. A video appeared. It was a screen recording of a Pro Tools session. The text on the screen read, "Deconstructing the beat isolated vocal sample layer. 4. The crowd looked confused. Sienna looked at the DJ booth, screaming, "What is this? Turn it back on!" But the audio from the video started playing over the club speakers. First, the beat played normally. Then it slowed down. The synthesizer sound was isolated. Then it was reversed. And suddenly, Sienna's voice boomed through the club, crystal clear. "He's such a loser. I'll take half the house. We just need a Vantablack beat. Once we get a hit, Arthur is history." The room went dead silent. Then, K-Oz's voice played. "Yo, that beat is trash, but Arthur fixed the levels." Sienna froze on stage. She looked like a deer in headlights. The video screen changed to black text on white. I am Arthur, I am Vantablack, and I own this song. Part 7. The Copyright Strike. I walked out of the club while the chaos erupted behind me. People were filming. The internet moves fast. By the time I got to my car, Vantablack reveal was trending. But I wasn't done. As the legal owner of the beat and the publisher, I issued a DMCA takedown for the song on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube immediately. But I didn't just take it down. I sued Chaos and Sienna's management company, which she owned, for breach of contract and defamation. See, the contract I sent them as Vantablack had a clause. Any disparaging remarks made about the producer or his affiliates in the recording process renders the license void and subject to a $1 million penalty. They had insulted Arthur, an affiliate, on the very recording they used. Part 8. The Aftermath. Sienna's career imploded. No artist wanted to work with a manager who got caught on a hot mic plotting to scam her husband. Chaos was dropped by his label before he was even signed. He was marked as a fraud who insulted the biggest producer in the game. The $50,000 they paid me, it was legally mine as a business transaction. The divorce settlement, it was finalized before the reveal. She got the house, yes. But she couldn't afford the mortgage payments because her income went to zero overnight. She had to sell the house at a loss. I bought it back through an LLC for 20% less than what we paid for it. I finally moved my studio out of the basement. I took the master bedroom. I'm currently working on a new album. It's titled Ghost Stories. Sienna tried to call me last week. She left a voicemail crying, saying she knew I was talented all along. I sampled her crying. It makes a great snare drum.